Tension, body gains, and how I manifested taking over downtown Long Beach, man. For about 3 years, I was running downtown Long Beach. And before that, I was running downtown Long Beach homeless. Like how Larry Fishburne was in John Wick, I was like that. I was like that with the homeless of downtown. That's how it started, man. You see, I wasn't even supposed to be taking over downtown Long Beach. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, man. My mom's my mom's kicked me out. She gave me a couple of weeks to get my act together, man. I didn't, and she kicked me out. So I'm on the train platform with a bag of the only thing I own in this damn world. And I said, whichever train come first, I'ma hop on it. You see, one train was going north to downtown LA, Skid Row. And the other train was going to downtown Long Beach, Lincoln Park. A real smaller homeless community. Homeless for sure, you could still get cut. But it ain't nothing like the Skid Row, man. But I didn't care because I didn't have nowhere to go. So I said, whichever train come first, I'ma hop on it, and that's where I'm going. And the Long Beach train came. So I went to Long Beach, man. I went to the rescue mission, Long Beach Rescue Mission. Shout out to Long Beach Rescue Mission. Long Beach Rescue Mission is probably one of the cleanest, safest. You can really get your stuff together at that mission, man. It's places that I done seen and heard about that is foul, but the Long Beach Rescue Mission is a good place if you wanna get back on your feet, man. So I went there and I got a bed and I ran into a dude with all gold teeth in his mouth named Mississippi because he was from Mississippi. He sounded like he was from Mississippi too. He was the homie and he was a hustler too. So it was cool. And then this one dude, we called him Laugh a Lot. He was from Pasadena, Lanes. But he used to laugh a lot. He used to like smoke sherm and it had effects on his brain, man. So when we used to smoke weed, he used to laugh a lot. And then in one of the videos I told you about this one cat, he was from Yonkers. You hear what I'm saying? He came out here to act and rap and all of that stuff and winded up homeless. The dude from Mississippi, his uncle was from Insanes. That's why he was up in Long Beach. He just came from, you know what I'm saying? And it was like two more dudes who I can't really remember, but they was with us. And, every day we was the clean ones in the mission. Because, you got the bums, you got the drug addicts, the crazy ones, but then you got the clean ones. And some clean ones is actually slanging up there. Like, man, there's some people that's so much of a hustler. Look, I don't want to get nobody business away, man. But look, check this out. Everybody in the rescue missions, man, ain't you know what I'm saying, qualified to be in the rescue missions. And that's how we was. We was like the cool one. We still had shoes, and we didn't just smoke up our money with crack and all of that type of stuff. So we bonded together. And right down the street from the rescue mission is Lincoln Park, right downtown. So that's where we used to get our weed from, these people at Lincoln Park. But they used to shorten the bag, like, you know what I'm saying? The bag was like just ridiculously short because it was from homeless people. You feel what I'm saying? But we was just settling for that because it was just quick and easy and always on time, and you could just go get it like right now. You can get a bag at 12 midnight because it's homeless people, right? One day it was me and Laugh a Lot. This is how I took over the park. This is why I took over the park. I wasn't gonna release my powers on them, but they made me mad. Because Laugh a Lot was kind of like a little slow from whether he did the drugs or whatever. He was just like a little slow. He wasn't a fighter. He wasn't aggressive or anything like that. You feel what I'm saying? Even though he gang banged, I could tell that he really didn't gang bang. You hear what I'm saying? But I never questioned him on that or nothing. I didn't want to hurt his feelings or anything like that. So one day he got some money from his mom's. She wired him some money or whatever, and he was happy, man. And he went to go get him some tall can beers. I didn't drink no beers or nothing like that. And he treated me, he was like, yeah, man, I'm going to smoke a blunt with you because y'all always be smoking with me. And the other fellas, they ain't around, so I guess it's me and you. Let's go to the park. And I'm like, cool, let's go to the park. So this ugly ass person named Crazy, that was her real name. And her father named Foots because he only had like 4 toes and he used to limp around. Like if anybody from Lincoln Park is listening to this, I know y'all asses is either laughing or mad as hell at me right now, right? But anyway, he go get a bag from Crazy and Foots, right? And he came back and he was sad. He was like, look at this, man. And it was like, man, we couldn't even get a blunt and he spent $20. And I said, hell no, man. But you see, I couldn't do nothing because they had the park, the homeless, they was in there. I was just a newcomer and he was a newcomer, so I couldn't just go, raise up on him or anything. But I got so mad that I said, hey, it's on, man. And he like, what you talking about, man? How we gonna do it? Because they related to somebody from Rolling 20s and this and that and that and that. I said, don't even trip. I was waiting on this damn fuel for this fire, man. You know what I'm saying? We about to take over the whole park. And then he was like, all right. So I just went back. We was still in the mission. After that, it was like about in the 20s, probably like a week or two before I got my GR check. Because in California, you get $220 for being homeless. Man, yeah, you do. You get food stamps and $220, some bus tokens and everything, man, even a free haircut. But look, I within that time of getting my GR check, I was manifesting it. So we'd go to the park and then we'd just, me and him, and then we'd just look at it, look at the park and figure out all the people, who the players was, who the hard people was, who the soft people was, who the customers was, and all of this. And you have to remember that this was $1 million park. Whoever take over this park could be a potential millionaire because this is representing all of the homeless in downtown Long Beach. You hear what I'm saying? So it don't even have to be weed. It could be crack. It could be whatever the hell you want it to be. But that's the main thing it would have been. Like hella damn drugs. You hear what I'm saying? The park, taking over the park it required more than one person. It was just too much, right? So we sitting back and we scoping all of this. And at the time, I'm telling him to picture it. And then I'm picturing it. I got a video on here about when the staff came up in the box and he taught me how to manifest and visualize and all of that. So I did the same thing because leading up to this, I was already doing this in my life. I just needed the motivation to do it. I was always depressed and had apathy and really didn't care about a lot of stuff. But when I really cared about it, I pulled this out my back pocket. And that's what I did up in downtown Long Beach, Lincoln Park, right? So then it came the day. I got I got my GR, my $220. And then Mississippi, his uncle used to sell QPs. He was from a motorcycle club up in Long Beach. And them motorcycle clubs be having connections. So it wasn't no time that I had a QP, Mississippi had a QP, and this other dude, he was from 2-1 Gangsters. It really ain't a such thing as 2-1 Gangsters, but we never questioned it. It was a little crew. It was like a little crew of like 4 dudes from like high school, but it wasn't a real gang. But he used to make it seem like it was a real gang. He winded up being homeless. He was on the team, and we all had some QPs, and then we was up in the park. But they was afraid to slang up in the park because the park was close to City Hall and the police station. But I'm a risk taker, man, and I seen $1 million, man. I know how it smell, man. I know $1 million spot when I see one, man. You hear what I'm saying? So they did theirs on the outskirts of the park and stuff like that. And I went to the park, and all of a sudden it just started coming together, man. There was a Mexican dude who was the real guy who was making all the money. Then there was Crazy and Foots. And this one dude named G. This dude named G, I remember him. Okay. All of a sudden, 2 days after I got my QP, the Mexican dude came to the park and got arrested. Now nobody in the park got weed because he was supplying Foots and Crazy. So now I'm like, oh, nobody got weed, but G had weed. And G is an OG from 40s. But he was a smoker, but he wasn't like a smoker like you know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. He wasn't like one of them trash can digging smokers. He was a hustler, and he'll fight, and he'll cut you. You feel what I'm saying? He wasn't bummy. He was fly, but he was homeless. You feel what I'm saying? He was an alcoholic, if you wanted to know. Man, the next day he got robbed. I said, they gonna think that I done put some damn voodoo on them, man. Look, these two dudes came up to him to buy some weed and pepper sprayed him and robbed him for everything and beat him up. They put him down for a minute. And he was always in the park after that looking at me, and I said, man, I know this. I know he think that I was behind that, because I would think that. Because right after that, by me being the only one in the park with the trees, I was making like $35 a day, man. Now that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. But people didn't trust me at the time. I got patience. I understand. After I was the one who was the only one in the park at that time, I was making $35, $40 on a good day. But then I ran into this dude named Preacher. Yeah, Preacher's son is from Carver Park. Preacher is a big, tall dude. Man, Preacher is a wizard, man. Look, Preacher is about 6'6". Big dude, like a big, brawly dude, big stomach and a big, deep voice. Look, Preacher was so cold that all Preacher wanted from me was a nickel bag of weed every day, and he will make $100 off that nickel bag of weed every day, man. On everything. He'd just be like, hey, Dreads, because they used to call me Dreads at the time. He'd be like, hey, Dreads, just give me my nickel bag of weed. So I ran into Preacher, and Preacher had a place, but his old lady was addicted to Oxycontins. So the place was always able to get rented out. One of them type of places. It wasn't a crack house, but the door was always open if the price was right. So bam, I was off the streets. I wasn't in the mission no more. I had the park. I was only making $35 a day. I had the homie Preacher, the homie Laugh a Lot. You hear what I'm saying? And I had the other two homies on the outskirts who was falling off. They was losing the faith. One dude started working at McDonald's on on, on everything. Hey, when we blew up. Oh man, I felt sorry for that fool. He used to look so sad with his McDonald hat on and stuff in his uniform, and we would have like $10,000 of shit up in our pockets. But look, check this out. No, for real. Listen, so where I'm at. So they on the outskirts, but it's kind of weak on the outskirts. The outskirts is all of the mission, the rescue mission, the downtown transit mall station, the Anaheim Street station, the Fifth Street station, all at the Village, the MSC. These are different places where homeless people be, and multi-service centers and different things that surround this area, the library and stuff like that. They was holding that down. And me and Laugh a Lot, but really me, because I'm the only one who had to work. And Preacher was this big dude. He knew everybody. Like, he was loud. He knew every single body. See, that's when my name started ringing, when I started hanging with Preacher. I was able to brush my teeth. I didn't have to go to the rescue mission. So I bought double that next time. I bought a half a pound of stress weed with everything. And I'm at Preacher's house. We eating. I got food stamps. It's another homeless, two more homeless, the homie Nate and Teresa. Some of these names is fake, but Preacher is the real name. That was the homie right there. But these other two people, they was there. I don't know their names, so I'm going to just call them Nate and Teresa. But they was there. And you know what I'm saying? It was like I had a place. All of this took place in about like a month and a half at the most, right? So then I invite my homie rest in peace from Watts. He come up there and he like, damn, man, it's going to be cracking, man, because he was into selling crack. He was all into cooking it, selling it, all that crack. And he was like, oh my God. And he knew some people up there. He was like, what's up, man? I knew this fool. Yeah, he was one of my customers and all of this, all of that back in the days and this and that. He knew a couple of people. So he fit right in. And he was a fighter. The only thing about him, and this is why he rests in peace, is because when he drink, he turned into like a fighter. Like he'll just push you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, how some cats is, man. But he was always the homie. So he fit right up in. And I was like, yeah, I got all of the attention. I got this. I manifested it. He know about manifesting too. I'm like, yeah. He like, yeah, man, this is looking good, man. You're about to come up. And I was like, yeah, you in too. So he like, bam, man, I'm going to take the side of the crack. And I'm like, yeah, you can take anything that's with crack. You could take it, man. But there's a dealer up in here with crack. And he the homie only because he know that I'm not stepping on his toes. So however you going to handle that, I got your back though, my nigga. However you going to handle that, I don't know about that. But on my end, I'm for the strong arm in this park because it's two bullies running around, right? Now look, This is when the $35 a day turned into $500 a day. Listen, it was two bullies up in the park. This is why the homie came in at the right time. It was some homeless bullies. Everywhere you go is always some bullies, man. You see, before I even was slanging or even thinking about any of this, I remember I was sitting on the grass at the park, minding my business, thinking about what the hell I'm gonna do with my life. And this damn essay, look at me. They've been looking at me all throughout the park, but I'm not no buster, so I'm not moving. And they looking at me all throughout the park. And this fool come up to this one white dude who we all call Jesus Christ. His real name is James, though. He the homie. He come up to Jesus Christ and hit Jesus Christ in the face with a skateboard for owing him some money. And he look at me while he hitting me, like what I'ma do. So I recorded that in my brain and I said, whenever we cross paths, I'ma bust your face open. I said that in my brain. This is how I used to think, man. You hear what I'm saying? And he had a little crew up in there, a couple of guys. And they used to smoke dope a little bit, but they wasn't smoked out. They still had their youth and that energy, and they was beating people up. And I used to watch them, and I used to be like, oh, I'm going to get them fools. And then I told the homie, I said, you know what? They got the whole park shook. Everybody who making the money, everybody who's spending all the money, they scared of these fools. We gotta bulldoze it, man. And the homie was like, we gotta bulldoze it. You hear what I'm saying? Like a rhino. So I'm trying to pick a fight with the essay, but for a couple of days, but you know how busters is. They know you trying to pick a fight with them, and they don't fall for the bait. So one day this old white dude came to the park. He was drunk and all of that, and he just wanted to sit down and talk, and he wanted to buy us beers, and he bought a couple of bags from me and stuff like that. So he was cool. And then I went out the park to go do something. And when I came back, the ambulance was there and all of that. And then I asked the homie, hey, what happened? And then he said, when you left, the essay and his homie beat the old white dude up. And I said, hey, man, this is the perfect opportunity, man, to bulldoze it right here. Just follow my lead. And he said, I got you. And then I said, hey, homie, to the Mexican, I said, hey, homie, you owe me $155. And then he was like, what you talking about? And I was like, because I went to the store to go handle some business. And when I came back, the old white man was going to pay me $155. And being that you beat him up, he left with my money. And he was like, oh, well, you got to wait for him to come back. So I socked him up in the face, right? I just started socking him in the face, right? And then the homie socked him. I'm like, oh, man, which made this other little black fool who had hands. He was from Carver Park, and I ain't even got no problems with Carver Park. It was just, you know what I'm saying, some shit at the park. But he fired on me like, bam, and I'm like, oh, man, and he got some hands. He threw a hook and hit me again. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I got to box this fool. So we boxing up in the park, and the homie on the side fighting a Mexican who I wanted to fight, but he somehow fighting him. Now I'm fighting the little black dude who I really wanted on the team because he could fight. I'm fighting like, man, I don't even want to fight this dude, but being that he hit me, I socked him like 6-7 times up in the face. You feel what I'm saying? And we beat him up and all of that type of stuff and humiliated him and told him to leave the park and all of that, and they bowed down, and we, made sure that everybody in the park knew that, basically it was a new sheriff in town. The very next day, I went from like $35 a day to like $150 a day. It's like I went viral. You feel what I'm saying? It's like I went viral. It's like people was coming up to me saying, man, them foods was this, that, and, talking behind their back now that they defeated. You feel what I'm saying? One of the dudes didn't come to the park for weeks. The other dude submitted and wanted to be on the team. You hear what I'm saying? So now I got the whole park. I got the respect. I got people that's wanting to be on the team. Like, hey, can you put me on the team? I'm like I said, I'm like the Lawrence Fishburne of the homeless people, and John Wick. You hear what I'm saying? So I got this park, man. I'm making all of this money. I'm staying with Preacher. We staying right around the corner. I get with this white girl named Red because the white people was still going outside the park to get all of their other stuff. They was going outside the park to get all of their other stuff. And I needed to connect with them. So this is why I got white girl Red. And then she is who was the go-to person for all of the white people. So I had all of the homeless white people. I had all of the homeless black people, all of the homeless, all of these people, everything, man. Steak and lobster with a lot of butter, man. Man, we was ordering pizzas every night. Man, listen. If you a Christian that don't like to hear, a person go deep, then turn it off right now. Okay, we had strippers up in there, man. We had prostitutes up in there, man. I'm talking about every night, man. We had all of the liquors. We was making homeless people clean people, man. I'm telling you, I was the king of the homeless in downtown Long Beach. This is only the homeless side of taking over downtown Long Beach. It graduated to where I had my own place and all of that. But for now, this is the homeless, man. We had so many damn Domino pizza chicken wings. Man, we used to order like $150 worth of pizza. You know how the same Domino's or the same Pizza Hut, that you order from all the time, it be the same people working for there. So, man, the Domino's pizza man was up in there drinking and smoking up in that mud. They used to love to come to my crib, man. Well, Preacher crib. And then we rented out another apartment building down the street, man, and put some homeless people up in there, a homeless female. You hear what I'm saying? But she never was there. It was just on her name. I don't want to put too much of the business out there, man. But it was so fun. It was so fun. I was manifesting. Man, the damn ice cream truck would come, man, and all of the damn homeless people would be eating ice cream, man. We had chicken in the park, man. We had donuts in the morning, man. Yeah. And this was after about, let's say 3 months. Yeah. I still wore the same type of stuff. I didn't buy no clothes, man. I didn't buy no clothes, no fancy stuff. I was clean. Now I take that back. I did buy t-shirts and socks. That's what I spent a lot of money on. White t-shirts, long sleeves t-shirts, pro clubs, and socks. Because when I was homeless, man, I told myself, man, the first thing I'm going to do is get me some socks every time I can because your feet sweat, man, and then I don't like the stanky feet, man. So I bought me a lot of damn socks. I used to buy like a pair of socks every damn day, like a fat pack of 8 socks from the Chinese little swap meet thing down the street. Yeah, I ain't lying. I used to do that. I had all of the colognes and stuff as a homeless person, man. As a homeless person. Manifested all of this. Sought back, and I believe, but Laugh a Lot was the fuel to the fire. When they did him like that, when they robbed him like that of his weed, it's just like his face of defeat of like a person, like a little kid, like energy, like, oh man, how you gonna take his lunch money from me, man? I'm his big brother. By the end of it, man, Crazy and Foots was eating out my hand. Although they hated me, to the end of it, they was eating out my hand for a couple of months, man. Because I was the king. I was the master manifester, man. I used to sit back and I used to see my workers because I started hiring people. I started hiring the homeless people. Like I said, I was the real Lawrence Fishburne on John Wick. I was hiring people. And all I used to do was just collect money. I didn't even have to go to the park. I used to just go to the park because I used to like the fresh air and feed the birds. I mean, it was straight mafia, man. We didn't have as much power as the damn mafia, but I'm just saying that I used to read the 48 Laws of Power, feed the damn birds, and collect my damn money, man. And this is all coming from the mind and the damn GR check for $220. And this will be regular hard work. Yeah, man, you got that because you worked hard. You was there. You worked hard. No, remember I told you that all of a sudden things start falling into place. Like Mississippi Uncle. He had exactly what I needed. The homie came with the yay, and he was my backup to take down the big bullies, man. How the dude G got pepper sprayed and robbed. How the Mexican dude he got cracked by the police. And it was just all mine. See, those are the things that I trip on because see, that's the part of the manifestation that make you say, wow, man, I'm making the damn universe do what I want it to do. I've been there. I've seen it on the gangster level. Now, there's a lot of people that's Hindu and Buddhist and high vibrational and whatever they want to call it. I get it. And they say, yeah, if you meditate, you can manifest and the secret and Oprah and all of that type of stuff. I'm telling you it on the project level. You hear what I'm saying? We all can do this. If you can imagine right now, can you imagine yourself with some blue shoes with white polka dots? Blue shoes with white polka dots. Now make some feathers come out of them like that Greek god dude. Some blue shoes, blue cowboy boots. Picture some blue cowboy boots with some white polka dots and some wings coming out. Could you picture that? Now float. Make them flap. Is you doing it? If you ain't doing it, if you can't do it, I ain't talking to you. If you can do it, then you could do what I did to the park in any situation. I'm using the park as an example of what you can do in college, and getting a woman and having a happy family and anything, man. I was taught this. And it wasn't that I was taught these steps or anything like that. It was brought to my attention that this could happen, that I have the power, that this is what they're talking about. We was created in God's image. This is what it is. We're the mini me's of the Most High, so we can create, man. And it starts in the mind. And when you could see it, you could bring it into this reality. Now, I'm going to have a part 2 on how I got downtown Long Beach. Let's say that this video was the homeless video on how I got it homeless in the park and all of that. And the next video is going to be how I got it professionally, how I was in my own place, how I decorated my place, how I was like the player, if you want to call it. And I'm going to have the last video of Tricked into a Cult. I'm about to record that in a minute. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Manifest, man. That's our power. You can do it. I did it when I was homeless. I didn't have nothing. In about 3 months, I had all of downtown Long Beach. Look, downtown Long Beach ain't a little bitty small place. You hear what I'm saying? Peace.